Ron Shalvis here with Caliber Construction and Consulting. We were at a customer's home and they called us initially because they had water leaking into their house and they didn't know why. What they have here is they have a large deck, and underneath the deck they have living space. And so what they did last year was they covered the living space with this roofing membrane. It is either TPO or PVC. And this is used on a lot of flat roof applications for commercial jobs. And so we searched around trying to figure out what the problem was. Where was water coming in? So the first thing you always look for when you're looking for problems is on the edges. You know, as it rolls up the wall, is it siliconed correctly? Is there any gaps? And so forth. The second thing you're going to look for are penetrations coming up through the roof or up through the membrane, because that is usually your weak point and where you'll end up getting water penetration. So, as we pulled up these boards, this deck, they have this TPO roofing, and then they have this decking boards that are movable on top for walking and making it a comfortable surface. And they had an old barbecue line. This barbecue line, when the roofer sealed around it, it turns out that it's pretty flexible. The gas pipe moves up and down and from side to side. And you can see where he sealed it, but with it being bumped a few times, that seal breaks. And so every time it rains, the customer gets flooded in their house. Not flooded, but they get water damage coming through their ceiling. So what we're going to do is we've cut a hole underneath, and we've accessed the pipe, and we're going to just take this whole pipe out and cap it off. Now the homeowner told me earlier that this was a dead pipe, and that we could just take it off and just cap it off. Well, I just checked, as we checked the valve, you can hear the gas coming out, and it's not a dead line. So we're going to have to turn off the gas at the meter and do the work we need to, and then turn the meter back on and then relight the pilots for the water heater. So we're going to get to town, so the first thing we're going to do is go turn off the meter and get to work. Here at the gas meter, it's a standard gas meter, and so they turn off really easy. You just turn it to where the holes line up, or this bar horizontal, which means blocked, kind of like the block will be gas. So there you go. Now we can work on the gas pipe and get it all sealed up. So what we're going to do here is, in order to get rid of this pipe and to seal this roofing, is we went to our local roofing supply company, and they have these patches. They're adhesive patches that you peel off the back, and you can stick them down to cover a hole or a patch as needed. What you have to do first is you have to clean that area really well. If it's not cleaned, it's not going to stick. And we'll show you that here shortly. Okay, we're getting ready to cap off that gas pipe. And so we're going to use Teflon tape. And so when you put Teflon tape on, you want to go the direction as if you were screwing on the cap. Because if you don't, if you go the other way, when you screw the cap on, it will undo the Teflon and it kind of makes a mess. So when you do Teflon, hold it down with one finger or your thumb, go around carefully, because you got to get it to overlap before, now you can pull some tension on it. And kind of go around about 5 times or so. And there you go. And then take your cap, you're going to screw it on here, and we'll tighten that up tighter with the pipe wrench. But we're going to go ahead and Teflon the other side also. A little slack showing up. Okay, we'll screw this into our pipe. So in tightening the pipe with Teflon, you want to get it, pretty snug, pretty tight. Now, because we're putting this in a tight spot, we're going to tighten the cap to the nipple first, so we have less tightening we have to do up in the tight joist area. Here we are up in the joist. Going to screw in this cap into this T. And then I will tighten that up with a pipe wrench
and won't bore you with those details.
Okay, so we capped off the pipe underneath in the 4-joist, and now we need to clean this up really well and put this patch on. So we're going to scrape off some of the loose stuff first. Then we got some cleaner. Just want to clean it really good. If you have any residue of dirt, it just will not stick. So we've thoroughly cleaned the area, and we have this patch here, and we've kind of rounded the edges, because rounded edges always stay adhere a lot better and don't come up over time. It has a sticky back. So what we're going to do is undo part of this. Now you notice some of this decking is stained, and we scrubbed it and it's not coming any cleaner. So we're just going to put it down as it is. Sometimes an easy way to do when you're working with adhesive type products is to roll back just a little bit, stick it down, and then unroll the rest as you lay it down. Want to make sure all the edges are down, no bubbles are in it. The roofers have a little roller, they'll roll back and forth. I don't have one of those rollers, and so we're just going to use a round, the end of the chisel. Make sure it's down real good. Creases it. This will never get walked on, so I'm not real concerned about it because it has this decking on top and the board is needing support across it. So we're really good here.